Sheikh Min Al-Mujahid to lead us in the invocation.
بمزيد استماعنا هذا استماعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا محروم. ونستعيذك من الشر كله آجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. إلهنا هذا حالنا لا يخفى عليك وهذا ضعفنا ظاهر بين عملنا بالإحسان إذ تحبه وترضاه ولما فيه الصلاح وإصلاح شعبنا وحكومتنا Bangsamoro يا الله يا أرحم الراحمين. إلهنا فاوض إلينا أمرنا يا الله يا أرحم الراحمين لما فيه مصلحة شعبنا وبلادنا يا أكرم الأكرمين يا مجيب السائلين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
National anthem and the Bangsamoro hymn.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, ewas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyagan ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nanalang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng pangaw, ay hinatang tulakaw.
to
The members of the BT Party, the Honorable Abbas Haro, Abbas Sultanain, Abba Basit, Abu Mujib, Adiyo Jorman Alonso, Ahang Abdullah, Lamit,
Present.
Alauddin Faiz, Ali Ibrahim, Ali Lanang Jr., Ali Edi Mapag, ang Boloto Sparto, ang Batuan Baintan, ang Nayatin Susana, yung Ali Pangalian, para Hamid Dudi, Anak Urahan Abraham,
Present.
Kantaw Bay Mat, Tandamon Lapit Maysara, Yamla Musa, Sapruta, Ibrahim Ahod, Gaya Katula,
Finance.
Mira Edward,
No, tapos na.
San Il,
Present.
Okay, Rasul,
Present.
Yakuri Raisa,
Present.
Dakilan,
Present.
Present.
Aaron Bainon,
Present.
Lidasan
Present po.
Ismail,
Present, Lidasan po.
Loong Don Mustafa,
Present.
Lorena Oseri Bani, Makako Abdurauf,
Present.
Makapahar Abdullah,
Present.
Makaraya Jamel,
Present.
Makasalong Marjani, Manguda Dato Kadafe, Mantawil Malik, Mastura Dato Tokaw, Mastura City Siara, Mawali Lamil Bahar, Midtimbang Dato Midpantaw, Mujahid Abdul Muhmin, Munoz Hussein, Rana Toy, Akasa Mobaida, Pak Abdul,
Present.
Sakar Modayaw,
Present.
Salenda Said, Sali Al Said, Saliga Romeo, Salik Ali, Sanke Ali, Sani Punma,
Present.
Satar Al-Sad,
Present.
Sema Omar Yasser, Sema Romeo, Sheikh Said,
Present.
Silongan Aida, Sulaiman Ali, Tago Paisalin, Tan Nabil,
present.
Udja Sahi, Ulama Melanio,
Present.
Usman Asfar, Jacob Muhammad, UAK Narciso, Bismillahi wa bihi nasta'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Speaker, with 27 members of the Parliament physically responded to the call and 31 responded via Zoom. We have a total of 58 members of the Parliament responded both physical and virtual. Mr. Speaker, we therefore certify the presence of quorum. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
With the certification of the presence of a quorum, we can now proceed to transact official business. Majority Leader.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Before we proceed, Mr. Speaker, I move to amend the order of business to include proposed resolution number 660. Resolution commending and congratulating Benjamin Legores Renabor for being the top 2 in the Philippine Criminology Licensure Examination and for giving pride and honor to the Bangsamoro people, Mr. Speaker. So I move, Mr. Speaker, to include this.
There is a motion to include in the order of business proposed resolution 660.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved, thereby amending the order of business.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we proceed. We are on item number 6, reading and approval of journal of the previous session. Mr. Speaker, I move to dispense with the reading of journal of previous session and further move for the approval of this, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion to dispense with the reading and further move for the approval of the journal of the previous session. Journal 55 of March 16 and 17, 2021 session. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved. Reading of the journal of the previous session is hereby dispensed and also approve the journal.
Yes,
Next.
Mr. Speaker, we proceed to item number 7, resolutions. May we request the Secretary General to read the first proposed resolution for today's session, including the title and the authors as well as the co-authors, Mr. Speaker.
The Secretary General is directed to read the proposed resolution and the authors and co-authors.
Proposed resolution number 589. Resolution urging the government of the day through the Bangsamoro Planning and Development Authority to establish a public-private partnership center in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. The principal authors are MPs Baintan A. Patuan and Amil Bahar S. Mawalil. Co-authors are MPs Liza M. Alamia, Rasol Y. Mitmo Jr., Suharto M. Ambuludto, Don Mustafa A. Loong, and Rasul E. Ismail.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer this to the Committee on Rules.
Proposed resolution 589 is hereby referred to the Committee on Rules. Resolution urging government of the day through the Bangsamoro Planning and Development Authority to establish a public-private partnership center in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. May we request
There is a motion to refer this to the Committee on Rules. Is there any second? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Said PR 589 is hereby referred to the Committee on Rules. Next.
Mr. Speaker, may we request the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution?
The Secretary General is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the authors and co-authors.
Proposed resolution number 598. Resolution urging the Minister of Environment, Natural Resources, and Energy to formulate a comprehensive power development plan for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region with emphasis on the efficient use of renewable energy and promotion of low-carbon sustainable power generation policies. Principally authored by MPs Amil Bahar S. Mawalil and Baintan A. Patuan, and co-authored by MPs Liza M. Alamia, Rasol Y. Mitmo Jr., Suharto M. Ambuludto, Don Mustafa A. Loong, Rasul E. Ismail, and Abraham T. Burahan.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer this to the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Energy.
There is a motion to refer proposed resolution 598 to the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources. Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? Same is hereby referred to the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources.
May we request the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution, Mr. Speaker?
Secretary General is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the authors and any co-author.
Proposed Resolution Number 612, Resolution supporting and promoting traditional and local remedies to address COVID-19 pandemic, authored by MP Romeo C. Saliga.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer this to the Committee on Health.
Committee on
Health.
Health.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion to refer proposed resolution 612 to the Committee on Health. Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby referred to the Committee on Health. Next.
Mr. Speaker, may we request the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution?
The Secretary General is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the author and co-authors.
Proposed Resolution Number 640, Resolution requesting the Mindanao Development Authority to mainstream and ensure the participation of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao in the Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area, or BIMP-YAGA programs. The principal author is MP Ziaur Rahman Alonto Adjong, and the co-authors are MPs Ana Tarhata S. Basman, Raisa A. H. Jajuri, and Ubaida C. Pakasem.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer this to the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism.
There's a proposed motion to refer to the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism. Proposed resolution 640. Any second? Aye. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby referred to the Committee on Investment, Trade, and in Tourism. Next.
Mr. Speaker, may we request the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution?
The Secretary General is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the author and co-authors.
Proposed Resolution Number 645, Resolution creating a subdomain on the official BTA website maintained by the Management Information System Office, through which Bangsamoro constituents may submit their petitions. The principal author is MP Rasoloy Mitmug Jr., and the co-authors are MPs Liza M. Alamia, Suharto M. Ambuludto, Bahintan A. Ampatuan, Don Mustafa A. Loong, Rasul E. Ismael, and Amil Bahar S. Mawalil.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer this to the Committee on Rules.
There is a proposed motion to refer proposed resolution 645 to the Committee on Rules, duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved to be referred to the Committee on Rules. Next.
May we request again the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution, Mr. Speaker?
The Secretary General is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the author and co-authors.
Proposed Resolution Number 647, Resolution urging the Minister of Finance, Budget, and Management of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao and the Ministry of Science and Technology, BARM, funding support for applied research on the viability of renewable sources of energy, alternative resources of energy, and for the development of alternative systems of clean energy sources. Principally authored by MP Omar Yasar C. Sema.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer this to the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Management and the Committee on Science and Technology.
There is a motion to refer this to the Committee on Budget and
Committee on Science and Technology.
Committee on Science and Technology. Is there duly seconded? Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby referred to the Committee on Science and
Mr.
budget.
Speaker, we proceed to the proposed, may we request the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution, Mr. Speaker.
Secretariat is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the author and co-authors.
Proposed resolution number 654. Resolution congratulating Mr. Benjamin Irinabor for ranking top 2 in December 2021 criminology licensure examination. Authored by MP Safrula M. Dipatuan.
Mr. Speaker, I move to treat this as simple resolution and be transferred for the business of the day.
There's a motion to treat proposed resolution 654 as a simple resolution and be transferred to the business of the day. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, may we request the Secretary to read the next proposed resolution.
Secretariat is directed to read the next proposed resolution to include the authors.
Proposed resolution number 656. Resolution expressing the profound sympathy and sincere condolences of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority on the passing of Ambalang Ausalin, manlilikha ng bayan from Basilan Province, honoring her contributions in promoting the traditional Yakan Tenun textile weaving. Authored by MPs Amil Bahar S. Mawalil, Liza M. Alamia, Baintan A. Ampatuan, Suharto M. Ambuludto, Rasol Y. Mitmug Jr., Don Mustafa A. Loong, Rasul E. Ismael, Abraham T. Burahan, Aisalin P. Tago, and Siti Sahara I. Mastura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to treat this as simple resolution and be transferred for the business of the day. Simple resolution, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion to treat proposed resolution 656 as a simple resolution and be transferred to the business of the day. Duly seconded. There any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, may we request again the Secretary to read the last proposed resolution for today's session.
The next proposed resolution, Secretariat is directed to read.
Proposed resolution number 660. Resolution commending and congratulating Benjamin Eligores Rinabor for being the top 2 in the 2022 Philippine Criminology Licensure Examination and for giving pride and honor to the Bangsamoro people. Authored by MP Maysara D. Latif.
Mr. Speaker, I move to treat this as simple resolution and be transferred for the business of the day.
There's a motion to treat proposed resolution 660 as a simple resolution and be transferred to the business of the day. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are now on item number 8, first stage of bills. May we request again the Secretary to read the first Parliament bill for today's session, Mr. Speaker.
The Secretary General is directed to read the BTA Parliament Bill number on the first stage of bills. The title is to include the author.
BTA Parliament Bill number 172. An act establishing and constructing a level 1 municipal hospital with 25-bed capacity in municipality of Capal Llano del Sur and appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Authored by MP Safrula M. Dipatuan.
Mr. Speaker, this is a private member bill. Any members of the Parliament like to be co-authors, just fill up the co-authorship form that was submitted before this session, Mr. Speaker. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, may we recognize...
Wala. The author is not around. Nandiyan ba?
No. 1 minute suspension, Mr. Speaker.
1 minute suspension.
Secretary Support.
Session resume.
Mr. Speaker, may we respectfully recognize MP Sultan Idris Arimbang to deliver his personal and collective privilege for being member of this August body, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Sultan Idris Arimbang of Lanao del Sur is hereby recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Bakit mahina?
Distinguished colleagues, before I deliver my privileged speech, allow me to acknowledge the presence of ICM Awad Balawag Ibrahim Murad, Deputy Chief Minister Alibi Sulaiman, Speaker Attorney Ali Pangalian Imbalindong, and the Deputy Speaker Attorney Nabil Tan, Speaker of the Day. Majority Floor Leader Attorney Lanang T. Ali Jr., Minority Floor Leader Attorney Liza Alamia, Secretary General Professor Rabi Angkal, Secretariat and staff, visitor, friend, and relatives who are present today. In this privileged space, I would like to express my grateful thanks to our beloved President Rodrigo Roa Duterte for his solid support to the Bangsamoro Organic Law BOL up to signing it into law. I would like also to thank our colleagues to their underpinning support to our people from law making up to stepping down to the people. Mr. Speaker, last February 17, 2022, napapunta po ako sa Davao upang batiin ang maligayang kaarawan ng First Lady of my bahay ng ating mahal na Pangulo, si Madam Hanilet Abansinya Duterte. Doon sa pagpunta ko sa Davao, makalipas ang araw, natawagan po ako ng Office of the Presidential Appointment, Office of the President, na mabigyan ako ng oras ng ating mahal na Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Fast forward, dumating kami sa advice ng Office of the Appointment kasama ang aking mga staff. Dito po sa araw na ito, after first picture taking with the President, may sinabi po ang mahal na Pangulong Duterte na tiyak na ikatutuwa nating lahat na membro ng Parliament. Inshallah, asahan niyo po ang good news na maririnig natin galing sa mahal na Pangulo. Humihingi po ako ng paumanin dahil hindi po natin pwedeng pangunahan ang mahal na Pangulo. Hintayin na lang po natin ang good news na ito. Mr. Speaker, dito na
iyak ako matapos magsalita ang mahal na Pangulo dahil doon sa salita niyan na good news, gagawin daw po niya yan dahil gusto niya na kapayapaan bago umalis o bumaba, maayos na ang lahat at may patuloy ang kapayapaan, kaunlaran sa ating Bangsamoro. Ang Pangulong Ama ng Kapayapaan, ang Pangulo na Ama na Bangsamoro people. Mr. Speaker, hinihiling ko po sa busilak nating mga puso membro ng Parliament, Bangsamoro. Nasa na po na mapalawig ang puso, mapalawig ang termino na ating mahal na Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte para po ang kanyang legacy na maiwan ay may pagpatuloy po hanggang 2025 po, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, napaiyak ako dahil naisip ko na ilang buwan na lang baba na siya sa pagkapangulo. Pero inuuna pa rin niya kapakanan na bawat mamayan ng ating bansa, espesyal sa ating bayan na Bangsamoro. Doon sa napuntahan ko, nakita ko mga gamit galing sa Malacanang. Totoo nga po na nagliligpit na po ang mahal na Pangulo. Totoo nga po ang sinabi niya sa Talk to the People na aalis na siya sa Malacanang by March. Ayon sa Pangulo, nakaplano na ang kanyang pagretiro sa politika at ipinagbubaya niya daw sa Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala anuman ang kanyang magiging kapalaran pagkatapos manungkulan sa ating bansa bilang presidente. Isipin niyo po, kasamahan ko sa parlamentong ito, alis na lang siya sa position. Tayo pa rin ang iniisip niya kapag kapakanan pa rin ng bawat mamayan ng Bangsamoro. Iniisip niya tayo. Mr. Speaker, kaya kung maaari po, ako po ay taos pusong umihiling sa lahat ng bawat ministries, agencies, at sa ating lahat na membro ng Parliament. Taos puso po akong nakikiusap para sa kapakanan ng bawat Bangsamoro. Huwag din po natin kalimutan na dahil sa mga mujahidin at mujahidat, kaya naka-autonomy ang BAM. Kaya nakikiusap po ako, gawin na po natin ng pwede nating gawin. O iabol, maipakita pa sa Pangulo Duterte na may pagkakaisa tayo. Itigil na po ang kaguluhan. Ayusin na ang dapat ayusin. As President of this nation. Mga kapatid ko, membro ng Parliament, bago ko ito matapos, iniiling ko rin po, inuulit-ulit ko po, na please tayo pong Bangsamoro, magmahalan na lang tayo. Kung ano po, iiwan ang ating tatay, Digong, ama ng Bangsamoro, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, na legacy sa ating bansa o dito sa mamaya ng Bangsamoro ay ipagpatuloy po natin ang legacy na po yun ni Tatay Digong, lalo po tayo sa membro ng Parliament sa pamumuno ng Interim Chief Minister Awad Balawag Ibrahim Murad. Hindi ko rin po nakakalimutan ang suporta na binigay ng ating buting may puso at malasakit na palaging nan diyan sa tabi ng mahal na Pangulo, Senador Christopher Lawrence Bongo. Mr. Speaker, Bangsamoro, brother and sister, membro ng Parliament, Secretary Rabiangkal, mga staff, secretariat o visitor, huwag po nating kalimutan na dahil sa suporta ng mahal na Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte, na kaya naka-autonomy tayo ngayon sa Bangsamoro. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyo, mga colleagues. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.
Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we proceed to the business of the day.
The speech should be recorded in the journal of today's session.
Yes, may we request the Secretary to include it in the journal of today's session, the speech of MP Sultan Idrissa Limbang. Mr. Speaker, I move to consolidate PR number 654 and 660 for being the same title and subject matter, Mr. Speaker.
654, proposed resolution 654 and
660.
660, motion to consolidate.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Here hears none. Same is hereby approved for consolidation.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I have an omnibus motion to dispense the period of interpellation and debate and the period of amendment, and I further move for the approval of the same, Mr. Speaker. PR number 654 and 660, Mr. Speaker.
There's a omnibus motion to dispense with the period of interpellation and debate and the period of amendments and move for the approval of proposed resolution 654 and 660. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
We are now on proposed resolution number 656, Mr. Speaker. Before I move, Mr. Speaker, may we respectfully recognize the principal author, MP Amir Bahar Mawalin, Mr. Speaker.
Proposed resolution number 656. We recognize
MP Mawalin, Mr. Speaker.
my brother, MP Amir Mawalin. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may we request our minority floor leader, MP Liza Alamia from Basilan, to give the statement for this resolution, Mr. Speaker.
To recognize MP Liza Alamia.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
MP Liza is recognized, the minority floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Speaker, we are very sad to have learned that a national artist in the name of Apu Ambalang Ausalin, awarded as Mandilikan ng Bayan, the province of Basilan, has passed away last week. And so we would like that the BTA pass this resolution expressing profound sympathy and sincere condolences to the family, loved ones, and relatives and the people of Basilan for the passing of Ambalang Ausalin. Apo Ambalang Ausalin, Mr. Speaker, was a master of traditional Yakan Tenlun textile weaving from Barangay Parangbasakin, Lamitan City, Basilan. She hailed from a family of weavers. She learned the art of weaving at a very young age from her mother, and she was notable for her extraordinary ability to bring forth all the traditional patterns of her people as an panday magtetenun, or a master weaver. Her craftsmanship centered on the Yakan Tenun tradition, which involves different kinds of Yakan cloth, including other tribes. For example, the Bangsamoro, the other tribes have also recognized her for her craftsmanship in doing crafts such as the sinaluan, the bunga sama, and the seputangan and the inalaman. These are beautiful and practical works of art, which were adorned with various designs and motifs which drew from the earth, depicting both living and non-living elements. She has never failed to bring life, Mr. Speaker, to the faith of her ancestors through her work. As a woman and a valued member of her community, she played a monumental role in continuing the proud tradition of the Yakan people by achieving the pinnacle of artistry through her works. She possessed an acute awareness of the entire weaving process, as well as the cultural importance of every textile design. She was conferred the Gawad Mandilikha ng Bayan in 2016. She was recognized as the National Living Treasure by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, and she received this award alongside 16 other awardees, being one out of only 3 coming from Mindanao. True to her role as a master weaver, Ausalin endeavored to reinvigorate the Yakan Tenun textile weaving by teaching and popularizing the craft. I have personally seen her, Mr. Speaker, teach the next generation. She passed on several techniques and skills to her family, who she envisioned to continue the proud heritage of her people for generations to come. She has stood as an important figure, not only for the Yakan, but also for the rest of the Bangsamoro people in bringing attention to the rich history and culture of the region. Her outstanding work, Mr. Speaker, truly exemplified what it means to love and live by one's roots, and her legacy remains to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for all Bangsamoro artists and craftspeople. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, we move and we hope that this resolution will be passed, that the BTA will express its profound and heartfelt sympathy and most sincere condolences for the passing of Ambalang Ausalin, Mandilikha ng Bayan, and former National Living Treasure from the province of Basilan. And may we let this resolution serve as a commemoration of her momentous contributions to the craft of the Yakan Tenun textile weaving. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, before we move for this particular session, a particular resolution, Mr. Speaker, I'm requesting the members of the Parliament, those who are present in Zoom or in physically present, Mr. Speaker, to include as authors of this, co-authors of this particular resolution. Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Those who are willing to go.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, can I come in? Mr. Speaker. Hello, Mr. Speaker.
Yatimil Hassan, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would just like to request the authors of the resolution to include my name as co-author of the resolution, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Deputy Speaker Hatimil is requesting to be included as co-author.
Yes, ang sabi ko po, Mr. Speaker, ay yung mga MPs na present ngayon, physically and those in Zoom, na maging co-authors itong resolution na ito, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion to include all those physically present and those in the Zoom to be included as co-author. Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have an omnibus motion to dispense with the period of interpellation and debate and the period of amendment, and I further move for the approval of proposed resolution number 656, Mr. Speaker.
656.
Yes, Mr.
There's a motion to dispense with the period of interpellation and debate and the period of amendments and moving for the approval of proposed resolution 656 duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other agenda and order of business, I move to adjourn this session until tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
There being no other business,
Mr.
session
Speaker.
is hereby adjourned.
Mr. Speaker.
Tomorrow.